Let's explore how to capture data using webhooks in Estuary Flow and pushing that data to Snowflake in real time. We'll start in Estuary Flow and navigate to Sources. To create a new webhook source, select the New Capture button. You can access hundreds of Estuary's real-time connectors here. We'll search for webhook and select the HTTP webhook capture. Give your capture a name and modify the URL path or paths if you choose. For this demo, I'll only be using one, but you can easily add additional URL paths by selecting the plus button. With your capture named, select the next button. Estuary Flow will evaluate the paths provided and display them as bindings that will be stored as a collection. You can choose which bindings are active by toggling them on or off. Once ready, select Save and Publish. Once published, Estuary Flow will display a public endpoint you can use as a webhook within your application. Copy this endpoint for your use within your application. I'll be using the Square payment platform for this demo. I have an application in Square that contains order data I want to push into my Snowflake account. To do this, I'll navigate to Webhooks and then Subscriptions. I'll add a subscription, supply a name, and then paste in my public endpoint that Estuary Flow supplied. I can also select any additional events. In my case, I have order data selected. While each application handles webhooks a little differently, this same workflow should apply. Once I save this webhook, I can send a test event to ensure my configuration is working. I got a 200 response, so we can now navigate back to Estuary to move our data to Snowflake. Currently, our data is stored as a collection, which we can see by navigating to Collections. What we need to do is configure a destination to push the data in the collection to. To do this, navigate to Destinations and select New Materialization to configure a new Snowflake account. Search for Snowflake and select the materialization. Configure the Snowflake parameters. In my case, I'm going to use username and password authentication, but Estuary provides the option to use private keys. Next, we'll select the collection we want to obtain our data from. In this case, our orders data collection. And that's it. We can save and publish this materialization, and we have real-time data ingestion from source to Snowflake up and running in a matter of minutes. We can even test that this is working by querying the table and viewing the records that flow in real time. To learn more about how Estuary can solve your real-time data needs, visit estuary.dev or view documentation at docs.estuary.dev.